welcome back to Rangers Radio on a monumentous win. Rangers 2, Celtic 1 into the Scottish Cup final. Over to you, Gary.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Change. Oh, Port, what a winner. What a win. What character they showed today. Dug in for there another 120 minutes. And by the way, was it no other team that looked as though they had all the energy at the end there?
I tell you, mate, that's, anybody that doubts your team's character, grit, determination, passion, will to win, all the superlatives, mate, I can think on, mate. Rangers dug in after digging in on Thursday. Probably a lot of people, including myself, the day before the show, mate, I doubted if we could go another injury time and, into penalties, maybe when tired minds, tired hearts, mistakes get made. But they've just stood up again, mate. GB, they've just stood up again to our biggest rivals in this country. And, we've knocked them out. And what I wanted at the very start of the show, mate, was to put a seed of doubt in their mind. And I tell you, mate, see, with 60 minutes inwards, they looked out on their feet. They looked like a team that had played during the week. They had a week's rest, mate.
Mm-hmm.
And we stood up and were counted again.
It's when they got their goal, Port, I thought it was going to be the same old movie a wee bit, because it was a dominant performance in the first half again with us. I felt that we, again, were right in the ascendancy coming to the end of the first half, and then start the second half as well. Just right in about their faces. But again, we go behind, and unfairly, to be fair. I mean, it was, again, it wasn't a what do you call it? It wasn't like a ricochet or anything like that. It was just Bassey trying to clear the ball, and it was just a deflection again that causes them to go 1-0 up. But I tell you, at that time, Port, I was questioning the team's character, and I got to obviously apologise to them, because at the end of the day, the character they've shown from that moment on to get back into the game was immense. I mean, because I even doubted the substitutions in a sense, mate, because I thought, like say Arfield and Davis have all got experience. They weren't, to me, the guys we needed today to come on. Like, I was hoping for they wanted to have an attacking midfielder to come on and maybe get a goal back and show a bit of brilliance. But it just shows you Scotty Arfield stepping up to the plate again, mate.
Aye, definitely, mate, 100%. For me, the first big moment of the game was obviously Aaron Ramsey's injury. After being so dominant, really taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and then you chance after chance is your goal goes a begging, and you do start thinking, because it's your mind in it. You start thinking to yourself, it's not going to be our day. They're going to nick one, and then, as I said, Ramsey goes off. So it's another big testing moment for the team. His experience, and Scott Wright comes on, mate, plays some sort of part. I was a bit angry with wee man today, but he stood up and he was counted, mate. He didn't, he didn't set the head on fire as a winger should, but he done a dirty side of the game, mate. He tracked back, he ran, he done his job. Obviously, he was sent on to David Gio.
Yeah. Much like Kent, I would say as well, the day Port. I felt Kent ran his socks off, and granted, again, he had another 120 minutes. I felt he just couldn't get into the game for me, but he done the dirty bit of the game. Tracked back, chased down, stuff like that. So, again, it's probably not the day to be digging up any players, because the character shown was immense. I mean, and again, this is what we want. We want them to have this kind of bounce now, because that's them they've beat. Even for the manager today, I think it's massive for the manager, because if it was another maybe heavy defeat, it would have, you know how it would have went, mate. So again, hopefully it's relaxed Gio a wee bit in this fixture, and he's starting to get to grips with it and understand how to beat Celtic again, which will be, it'll be pivotal for us going forward.
I said at the start of the first show, mate, I said that today for me was redemption day, and I truly mean it. I truly meant that, for just not only to go the previous two results, but for Rangers to put themselves back on track against this team. Not what this team think they were ever going to, start running away with games again, and it was muted about their treble and all that. What puts their treble to bed, doesn't it? So we're already putting that seed of doubt in their mind, which I'm over the moon with. So I think it's only fair, mate, to get the colours in right away.
Oh, get them in, mate. I want to hear all these all these emotions that's going to come out today, mate. All these emotions.
Aye, let's be having you, folks. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
That song, mate. Absolutely love that song.
You just get yourself down off that chandelier there.
Superb.
That's what it's all about. Getting them off. There'll be plenty of happy beers a day, mate. I mean, just like I says, I mean, that's us, mate. We're in the final of the Scottish Cup now, and it's all to play for. I mean, I would say we've probably done the hardest bit. I mean, getting through, because I mean that's our nearest rivals that we've defeated today. And now all we do is go into this final and show our quality. And I'm sure it'll take care of itself, mate, in a month's time.
We've got our first callers in already. We've got Andy for Crookston.
Brilliant. Hi.
Hello, who have we got?
Hi, Sir Leslie.
How are we doing, Si?
Not bad. Is it live?
Aye, we're live, mate. What do you think of that, Si?
Brilliant, guys. Apologies if anybody swears in the background. The Bears are having a party. Where do you start? The support, first of all, I think you need to acknowledge the much with support. Outstanding from the whistle to the end. But the Rangers team, they told us we can't play in front of a crowd. Bang, that one's up there. They told us we can't do extra time twice in a week. Outstanding, lads. I thought Burma Barisic coming back to form is a key to Rangers win today.
Aye, got to agree with you, Si. I think I said it during the week when me and Gary were on our way to the game. Actually, I basically said to him I'd like to see Borna start on Thursday, because I just think we needed another person that could deliver a ball. And basically, I know Borna, young Bass has done a cracking job at left back, but he's not got the same wand of a left foot as what Borna's got. And it's quality delivery, mate. So I was desperate to get Borna back to the team, but I wanted a Borna that was fit, and I wanted a Borna that had great attitude, you know what I mean?
100%. I thought as well, at the start of the season, I'm one of the guys that criticised Longstrom. I thought he's been outstanding. Absolutely outstanding for Rangers the last 6 months.
He's been a massive influence in the midfield, mate. For a guy that came to the club as more an attacking midfielder, to be transformed into the holding midfielder he's became, it's been nothing short of remarkable, which is a hard thing to do, Si. I mean, I played the game.
The other thing as well, he seems to have got the club now. He understands exactly what Rangers are about.
Well, if you look at that tackle on McGregor, mate, I think that tells you how much he does know about the club. The tackle on McGregor for me today was worth man of match alone. Over to you, Gary.
I think he called John Lundstrom the enforcer now. So, like I says that a couple of the tackles he done today, and by the way, he's very cute with it, because there's a few times I was like, oh, he's got to get a care to you, but it was good. He knew when to put 100% into it, and then maybe take one for the team, should I say?
Yeah, definitely. It's not a big question, but maybe I'm wrong, but where did the 4 minutes come from at the end of extra time?
I've no idea. I just think it was typical referee in Scotland, mate. I really don't.
Celtic's favourite referee. Well, listen, guys, it's a great show. Well done for getting on there after the game. And the best can get on to this rather than the radio slide and things like that. I know there'll be loads of people want to phone in. All the best, lads, and have a good night.
All right, Si, you too, mate. All right.
Cheers, Si.
Take care, bye.
Cheers, guys. Superb.
It's good to hear for, isn't it?
Right after the game, mate, passion coming through, guys that are out there supporting the team. Superb. I think we've got Andy as well. Is he in yet?
No, yet. I don't think, man. But no, I mean, maybe no. That's him. You there, Andy?
Hi there, all right. Hi guys, how you doing?
Surviving, Andy. My the emotions are up and down. I think the same as Port, mate.
I can.
Oh, breaking up, Andy.
No, I can hear an echo, guys. I don't know why. Can you try ring us back?
Right, okay, doke. I'll get Fox and that to sort that, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, Gary. What was a big turning point for me today? Because obviously, as I said to you, when Ramsey went off and the team went and basically stepped up, showed their character, showed their grit, and determination, took us to half time, and obviously we go in, and everyone's oh, do another call up. Who we got?
Hi, that's Andy. That's better now. That's better now.
How we doing? Right.
Hi guys. Thanks for having me on for a start. Well done to my team, Glasgow Rangers. Wow, absolutely outstanding. I said before the match, and I'm sure most people will probably say these games are won in the midfield, and our midfield was absolutely sensational. And I thought Lundstrom was absolutely different class again, especially after Thursday night. You know, the team having 120 minutes, and then and then having to go 120 minutes again. It just showed you they wanted it. They wanted it more, and just the defence was superb as well. And just that midfield was just absolutely brilliant. And I think the substitutions were excellent as well.
I think we showed today, Andy. I think on the first part of the show today, we all had the same sort of question lingering in the back of our minds, and that was what Rangers were going to turn up today. Was it going to be our domestic Rangers, or was it going to be our European Rangers? And I think it was evident that the team for Thursday night shone through again. So in 240 minutes of football, Rangers have been, in my opinion, outstanding. It's probably the best I've seen them play this season over the last two games, if I'm totally honest. I think everybody with to a man, we started to look like a team. Before, I was, a few individual performances, but that's the way the team was sort of, fluctuating between. It was like they were only playing as a unit. We were playing individually. Kent was great, Aribo, Bassey, whoever it may be. But I think what's shown through the last two games, mate, for me, is the team effort.
The team,
grit,
the team effort,
determination. Yeah, and it's back. What do you think, Gary?
Mate, do you know one of the standout performances today, and we've probably talked about pre-match, was John McLaughlin today. I think he had an outstanding game. See the amount of cross. I think the commentators today, depending on what one you're watching, they were going on about Celtic were nullified. It wasn't. It was just that Rangers totally shut out all their attackers and their set plays. I mean, John McLaughlin dealt with every ball that near enough came into that box today. Absolute outstanding performance by him today, by the way.
It took the pressure out of the team immediately. You're right, Gary. He took the pressure out of the team immediately. And sometimes he was like an extra man back there because he's so comfortable with his feet. So Connor Goldson, Bassey, Tav and Borna were able to use him, on a regular basis, passing it to him because, he's so comfortable with his feet. And it really took the pressure off us. You're right, mate. Oh, you're right, Andy?
Aye, absolutely. I thought McLaughlin was absolutely outstanding. Every single ball that we know we're a bit dodgy with set pieces this season, and every single ball that came into that box, McLaughlin found it. McLaughlin got it, and you've got to give the guy credit. He was absolutely great. He had a great game. He had a great game, as every other player, just like Thursday night as well. As you just said there, we played as a unit. We played as a team both nights, and that's the Rangers we want to see, and that's the Rangers we know.
What does it mean to you, Robert? Sorry. What does it mean to you?
Andy,
sorry.
Oh, it means the world, mate. It means the absolute world to me. I'm going to put my neck in the line and say this: the season's not over yet. the league's not over. I'm going to put my neck in the line here and say that the season is not over yet. If we can keep this team spirit up and win every game, I think there could be slip-ups. But get away from that and go into the day's game. I just think it means the absolute world to me to put them bees out. You know what I mean? It just means the absolute world to me. I'm starting to feel it. It just means everything to me, and I'm sure it means the same to every single Rangers fan listening at the game, watching wherever they're watching, and it means it'll probably mean the exact same to everybody else.
Superb, Andy. Right, I'm going to just cut over you, mate. Is that David there? David there?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
How you doing, mate? What do you make of that, then?
Oh, my God. I'll start with saying I didn't fancy us today, to be honest. If I'm going to be totally honest, I didn't fancy us to win this. I really didn't. I thought they were going to take it. But after a brilliant first off, they came into it, they scored, and I was like, aye, that's it. Wrap it up, 90 minutes hour, they've won. But, my God, did that team come back? Did that team come back and some? And what a performance, guys. What a performance, man. They boys put their hearts into that game. And I don't know what else to say. It was just astounding how we came and won that game.
I think, sorry, just to cut in, Port. I think that if it was the team that we seen probably back in January, it was at the day, you could probably say, David, that it was going to be a loss after we went behind. But I think what our players showed today. I think they were fed up with all these kind of goals going against them and playing nice football and not getting anything, no any reward at the end of it. And the day, especially when Scotty and Davis came on, I thought the two of them grabbed again with a scuff of the neck and got us up the park and made us look dangerous again. And I think the old saying is that Rangers men, I think they wanted a win today. I don't think they wanted to walk away. You mean?
Rangers men, Scotty Arfield is a Rangers man. He's just a Rangers man. It's hard to distinguish what you mean by a Rangers man, but Scott Arfield is a Rangers man. And he stepped onto that pitch and he took charge. And Davis and all. Davis. I was, again, screaming for Lowry. I always scream for Lowry. When Ramsey went off, I was like, Lowry, bring Lowry on. But however it panned out and we won. And I really, honestly, I'll say it again, I honestly thought that filth would win the day. I thought we would get beat. I really didn't see us winning this. But my God, what a performance. What an absolute performance for that team.
Can I ask you, David, do you think, see that over the last 240 minutes of football, did you think your team was capable of that? Did you think we had the character and desire to go and win two tough games like that, back to back?
Well, I knew they'd done 90 plus another 20 extra time, and I was worried about them energy-wise, basically. I wasn't worried about their heart. I was just worried about their energy against that Celtic team. And I thought the longer it went, the less the chance we had. But my God, did they boys put their hearts into that game, man. It's unbelievable, man. They put their hearts into that game and they pulled it. They pulled it out the bag. They won that game, and it's one of the best Rangers wins. There's never a bad Rangers win against Celtic, right? We all know that. But if I'm going to gauge that against all the wins against Celtic, that Rangers win the day, lads, that was up there, man. It was just up there. I can't even really explain why. It just was. It was just up there.
I'll give you my opinion, David. I think because it had everything. I think obviously what happened on Thursday night and then this game had absolutely everything. If you think even the goal that they got, in my opinion, it was even a free kick that they got to put the ball in. I don't think Roof even commits a foul on Carter Vickers. So for me, it was very harsh, a very soft foul, and they get the goal for mistake inside the box as well. But first of all, for me, it wasn't a free kick anyway outside the box to put it in. So that for me was very unlucky for Rangers, but because they gave it everything in the day, you know, both teams were tired. It was end to end. It was basically a question of who wanted it most, and I think that's some of the doubt where some Rangers fans have doubted out our manager and have doubted our squad, and I've said it on this show, but our squad, our manager showed the day that he's got the bottle and the drive.
Absolutely.
It shows that squad to make it through. Right, we'll join by Robert. I'm going to bring Robert in. Hold on, David. Just got across here, mate. We've got a new caller. Hello, Robert. How you doing?
All right, mate. How are you?
Not bad. How'd you find that?
Oh, how good a feeling is that, mate? How good a feeling. I'll tell you something as well. It's a massive relief, I'll be honest. An absolute massive relief to get the hoodoo off our back, the last Old Firm games, performances, and then also the cup run, to be back in a final, to be in a semi-final of Europe. What a week. It can only get better in terms of what can we do next, but what a week and what a 2 performances that's been from our boys. Unbelievable. The longer that game went on, the fitter we looked and the tired they looked, and we were the ones playing midweek. We wanted it Merriday. One word, character. Every single one of them showed it today. From 1-0 down to come back and win. Wasn't comfortable, wasn't nervy. It was a bit of a kind of a weird one, because although it went extra time and it prolonged a bit, they never really had any attacking threat. McLaughlin wasn't really tested at all. He came out for his crosses quite comfortably, looked pretty good at the ball. A few times the closes down early on in the game, but we got by that and we grew in confidence and we grew in character, and that's what's won us today.
To agree, GB?
Yes.
I think the J League was totally shut out today. They were again touted to rip us apart again today. But I didn't even hear much of it in the day. Golson had a couple of scares early on, but I think he kind of woke up and dealt with that. But I think again, 2 things for me. I think we agree with David and Robert. Is I was a bit concerned today more so for our manager, because again, if it's another Old Firm defeat, the doubt starts to set in. Not so much in Europe, because he's been fantastic in that, but I mean the domestic is the bread and butter, and I think now, especially getting us to a cup final, I think now we could probably give him a wee bit more backing, in a sense of what a week he's gave us, and maybe the man just needs. I mean, let's face it, if you're looking at the 2 benches today in quality, I mean we've got some quality, but I'm sure that he would like the bench a bit stronger. It would have been good to bring on a right talented striker today, maybe at some points, or another talented winger, just to help us a wee bit. But he dealt with it brilliantly, and again the team dealt with it brilliantly. Past weeks gone by, I think that says a Rangers team would probably have just seen that game disappear, and it would just ended a 1-0, and we would probably be talking about how we were so good but we just couldn't get the win. And again for Big Bassey as well to get that goal, I mean, especially him having the ricochet to give him their goal, and for him to step up and get as the winner, it was kind of written in stars. I think Port, I'll go to you on it. You touched on that, mate. You touched on that it was going to be like a Bert Conterman or a Peter Lovenkrantz kind of goal. It would win as the match today.
I did. I mean, we spoke about it, you know, about heroes, new heroes, guys to step up, you know, and it's time for this squad. I mean, they're not a young squad anymore. I mean, they're a relatively young squad, but they're not in terms of squad. They're not a young squad anymore. They're experienced. So it was time for this squad to basically step up, mate, and, you know, stand up, be counted. That's all I was basically saying, and they've done that for me over the last 2 games. Can I just get a wee final point for David and Andy, because we're getting busy, we've got people waiting for call. Can I get a wee final point for David and Andy, please?
I'll go. Listen, lads, you're all spot on with what you're talking about, what you're saying, man. As I said before, I didn't see this win coming, but I'm very happy for it. And I'm going to always keep saying, bring on Lowry.
Super, mate.
Bring on Lowry.
Thanks very much for your call, all right, mate. Superb. Andy, over to you, mate, your last call. Is Andy gone? Sorry. Aye, GB, so basically what we were discussing today. I think obviously, as I said to you, when it came to the Carter's Vicar, Phil, that came for their first goal, I thought I did feel at that point, right, this is it. This is when we really need to step up. You know what I mean? So it was time for this team to, drive on and go forward, which they did. What did you make, Robert, of the foul yourself?
What foul? There's never a foul in a million years there. It's two guys coming together, and if you watch it again, Carter Vickers actually trods on the ball ever so slightly with his ankle, putting him off balance. But I think it's one of the ones. If it was on their side and we got it, we wouldn't have complained. But you're always going to have decisions like that. But I thought the referee, just to touch on it quickly, was a bit of a hit and a miss today. It wasn't his best performance. It wasn't his worst either. But from the goal for it looked a bit kind of slack from us as well at times. When the ball came in initially, Greg Taylor was on his own. I don't know if it was his own marking or the man marking, but he kind of had that space to get the shot away, which was annoyed me the most, rather than somebody being tight to him. But it was never a foul, mate.
Gary?
No, I mean, I think the ref of the day was kind of trying to even a lot of things up. There was a couple of challenges for our boys today that were tasty. That's what I'll say about them. But
the John Winston one was absolute superb, wasn't it?
I think Boats touched on the McGregor and all that one. That's
the one, aye.
Done on him as well, aye. And that's what you want. You want that in the game, and you want it to flow. And there'll be tears about how we didn't have more. Probably didn't have like any red cards and all that carry on. But so be it. At the end of the day, it swings and roundabouts in these games. The lead up to the goal, again, it was a ricochet. It wasn't it came off of Bassey. I mean, Bassey was trying to clear it. And unfortunately just beat McLaughlin, and McLaughlin was diving the right way as well, so they did preempt it, to be fair, just one of the things. But again, it was after that you've got to show the character to come back into the game. And again, I was watching Scotty Arfield talk about the goal, and he was saying about like how Roof, he says, I seen Roof have that bad touch, so I just took it off him and put it in the back of the net. That's what you want. You want your players like just stepping up to the mark and putting the ball in the back of the net, just burying it and dealing with it. And see, as soon as we got the goal, to be honest, I could only see one winner out of it, because we were definitely looked as though we had the mere energy to see out the game.
Definitely. Is Andy Vercoeken still in the call? Or is Andy Verleet still in the call?
I'm here, right.
Right, mate. What did you make of that, mate? Sorry.
Well, I thought it was a quite easy, relaxing afternoon, eh? No, listen. I asked in the pre-match, get stuck into and put some of them tackles on, let them know we're in the game. Well, we did that, didn't we? And I don't think they fancied it. I thought we played well. I thought we were a better team throughout. They have times from both sides in games like that. But, bit of naivety for the goal we lost there, because our two defenders wasn't watching the free kick. That should have been picked up on a wee bit better. But, I mean, Bassey had a strange game. I couldn't quite make out how he played there today. But I thought, like, when we equalised, we had that 5 or 6 minutes where we had them on toast, didn't we? They just got the ball dropping another way. We probably wouldn't have got any extra time. We'd have probably done it then. But I think we definitely deserve to win. Very, very proud of them. Maybe they've answered some of their own questions today, going through 220 minutes and standing up, because some of our guys look really tired at the end. But the heart and the passion they show there, that's what makes you proud to be one of us, doesn't it? Come on, let's be honest. Hopefully now they've got the monkey off the back there with a semi-final. It would have been even nicer, wouldn't it, if we get the semi-final sorted as well, No treble. I might have a treble today, but then won't be having one late, But in answer to your question, Paul, yes, I did go quiet. Like I was kind of stunned when they went. I was waiting to see whether I was going to get a load of expletives. No, they come and I'm really, really proud of them. For all the Bears, all the young Bears, all you young guys, and all that. Absolutely fantastic. There's nothing better. I've followed Rangers a long, long time now, and beat them. That makes my day. And come on now, go on and win the final, and see where it takes us. Just go on a run now with the games, try and win them all, see what happens.
Yep. Just going to cut across. We've got a couple of callers in, mate. We've got Aussie Bear. How you doing, mate?
Hey, young mate. All good, mate. Dancing up the walls here.
Did you enjoy that, pal?
Of course I did. How could you not enjoy that?
Who's Sean for you, mate? Who was your star performers?
John Lundstrom's on the ball. John Lundstrom's on the ball. He's looked inside, he's looked outside. He will take on all. That's it. Definitely man of the match. Definitely. Absolutely brilliant.
I think he laid down a marker today. I think his tackle on McGregor for me was almost similar to when Kevin Thompson did it back in the day to the boy Keane when he played for them as well. Yeah. For me, it was a similar tackle in a way there. He set down a marker to the rest of the squad, the rest of the team on the pitch to say, this is how we're playing today. We're winning this game no matter by hook or crook. But, that's how we're winning the game today. That, for me, that set the standard. And I know, Andy, you're a big one of loving strong tackles and stuff, so you've been asking for this. Can I just cut it again? Sorry, Andy. I'm going to go to Bob J now.
Right.
Bob J, how you doing, mate?
Absolutely. I'm over 40 moons, boys. And I mean, over the moon, I'm over 40, and I'm so ecstatic. It's what a week to be a Rangers fan, eh? After the defeat at Ibrox, everybody's chin was on their chest, and I don't know what's going to happen. But, hey, we've lifted the bar, eh? What a result on Thursday night. What a result today. And the one, I'm not going to nitpick them, but I've seen Griffiths and overrated Tierney and Rod Stewart sitting there that thought they were canting into another final. Nah, boy, were they wrong, 1,000%. Rangers, well done. You fought, kicked, scratched and bit for everything you got today. You were a better team. You deserve to be who you were. Calvin Bassey, I don't know where you get the energy from. And I will agree with you, John Lundstrom, brilliant.
Andy?
Well, I better admit that another 10 for him. As you know, I'm getting it very tight there. I'll speak as this way. A game 10 in the European game and a game 10 again. So I better start learning that song for you, isn't it?
Yes, you better.
But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Come on, I'm absolutely delighted as we all are, and let's go on and have a cracking end of the season. Plus, it gives us an extra week on Rangers Radio because it usually finishes after the league game, doesn't it? So we get a cup final to look forward to. Aye, brilliant.
Robert, any final thoughts, mate? We're pretty busy, mate.
Aye, mate. Great result, and who knows what's going to happen the rest of the season now. This could be an absolute momentum springboard for us, and it could derail them. This is their first defeat in a long time. Let's see how they respond to it, but let's see, more importantly, how we continue on from this. Big couple of games coming up, and what a time to be a Rangers fan, and let's dream.
Oh, superb, mate. Well said. Thanks, Robert, mate, for phoning in.
I'll drop out as well if there's a load waiting right enough, and I'll catch you through the week. I'll get back to listening to the feed. Okay.
All right, guys. Cheers. Thank you. All right, cheers. You away, Bob?
Bye, guys.
I'm away. I'll catch you through the week, lads. We are the people.
All right, mate. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers. Take care. Oh, Gary. Happy Bears.
As Paul, mate, I'm just going to pick up on a point you said. About the whole control of the game. Did you not notice today that we learned for the last Old Firm game that we were the one that was breaking up play because we had Big Rodic, we had him man marked, who was instrumental in the last game for them, and when they were breaking forward, we would take a card or we would take a foul or whatever just to stop their play, just to stop them to trying to get forward. I felt we done that brilliant today.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, 100%. Somebody get the show in the background. Please turn it off.
I'll turn it down, buddy. There you go.
Who's that? Is that yourself, Ronnie?
Aye, it is, buddy. Aye.
How you doing, mate? What was your thoughts on the game today?
My thoughts today is Lundstrom.
Oh yes.
I thought he was absolutely outstanding. And he's been building for this. The last 4 games, I would say, he's built up to this. And on Thursday night and in the day, the guy has just been absolutely outstanding. It's a case of he's saying to his Celtic players, right, well, let's see what you can do. I'm going to better you. And it's as if he knows every strike they're going to try. He is like a young Steve Davis, but I think he's going to be our first. He's going to be our first team pick for New Orleans because he's obviously up to full peak fitness. And Arfield's a strange one. He's a strange one because I think Rangers play better with him, but at the same time, who do we drop out? Just refusing that guy.
It's a difficult one, definitely, mate. I think with Arfield's form of late has been pretty poor, and he lost his position. And then when he was getting a chance coming off the bench, he really wasn't bringing a lot to the game. But what a way to come on a day and get yourself involved and be grabbing that goal. So what do you think, Gary, yourself?
I think Arfield, he is genuinely. If you take away Ramsey, he is the only midfielder that runs zone. And he's always in the box. Arfield is always in the box. If a ball comes out for Tavernier or Kent, Arfield is always in the box. Whereas you never see that with any other midfielders, especially if you're playing, like say the day we've got Jack and Lundstrom on. They're no in the mid. They're never in the box. Whereas you can always guarantee that Arfield is in the box, and it's a strange one. Do you play him and lose somebody like Lundstrom or Jack? It's an awkward one for me. If I couldn't say no, drop A or B to get C,
Yeah. Ozzy Bear, would you think of that? Ronnie's point?
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? It's it's a hard one to figure out who do you leave out of the team, but he's going to be in the game, and that's the hard thing to for Gio, and it worked today.
Yeah, definitely. We do have another caller. Juicy Bear, how we doing, mate?
Wow, what a game, guys! Beautiful. Just beautiful. As Ronnie was just saying, Lundstrom, just phenomenal. We all saw how he was absolutely loving it at Ibrox at the end on Thursday. I mean, some of these players have played 245 minutes of football in less than 4 days. It's just unbelievable. I've just asked my dad if he can remember Rangers going back-to-back with 2 extra time matches in such a short period of time, and he can't think of any. So if anyone can, please mention it over the next few days, because it was just an unbelievable resilience. It doesn't even matter who you're playing against, but the fact that one was a European game and one was an old firm semi-final, I mean, it's the toughest oppositions we could have asked for in two consecutive games, and we've got the job done. Just unbelievable resilience, guys.
Sorry, can I jump in there, buddy?
I've
got to say that we're going to also compliment. I know Roof was a victim in the last Old Firm game, but I think this one he made Dane work hard this time, whereas before he didn't. They got an easy shift against him on the last game, but this shift he made them work hard, and then there was a lot of times when he was actually turning round. There was a few balls he won, and there was nobody behind him. And that frustrated me as well. That Kent or the other midfielder wasn't running on yet, and he actually held his hands up at the time, and he was throwing his arms up and saying, "No, there's nobody here. I'm on the ball, and there's nobody behind me." But I thought Roof today was outstanding. And I thought he was outstanding on Thursday as well. See the shifts that guy put in, and he's starting to get up to match fitness now. See, that guy will guarantee us 30 goals in the SPL. Guaranteed. Because the guy is...
Hello?
He's got it. Hello.
2 minutes, Ronnie. How you doing, Robert? How would you think of that, mate?
Is that you, Port Bear?
That's me, mate. How we doing, pal? Aye. How was that for you?
Oh, listen, mate. Listen, let me say one thing. All the years I've supported Rangers for 56 years, and all I've ever asked for in my life is to put in a performance like that. I've not had it all season domestically, but you know what? See the Rangers today, magnificent. That game should have been out of sight. Big John Lundstrom's on the ball. Big John Lundstrom's on the ball. Oh, mate, you know what? We all, Port Bear, we all slated him. Let's be honest, we all slated him just like Tav and Golston gets it. Us Rangers fans are fickle. We're fickle. But you know what? See Big John Lundstrom. Oh, my Gary calls him the Lee McCulloch of the Rangers team nowadays. Fantastic. And what a performance, Port Bear. Come on. And you know, so proud. We're all proud to be Blue Noses. Let's be honest about it. But see the night, we're even prouder because we put them in their place, send them back to the caravans. The Rangers, we are the people.
What about you guys?
They don't have caravans, it's tents.
Robert, love the passion, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Again, how can you no echo the words? It's just a fantastic performance, a fantastic man in the match performance by John Lundstrom as well, by the way.
Outstanding.
Totally deserved it today. And by the way, see the way I seen him talking on Thursday night to the players and stuff like that.
Did you see the wee thing on Twitter? Did you see sorry to interrupt. Did you see the wee? Did you see the wee thing on Twitter where he was walking up the park towards the stands and he's singing, "Oh, the bluebird." Oh no, what was it?
That's it. Yeah.
The blue sea of Ibrox. That's what he's singing.
He was actually singing it, walking up. You know, and that, to me, that was he was singing that to himself, and I thought that was outstanding. You know, for an actual supporter, for a player to actually to know something like that and to do that to himself when he's walking up, acknowledging the fact before he's actually acknowledged us. You know, and he's saying that. I thought that was, you know, that's somebody that's wrapped up in us now. And we tend to get that right enough when the players join us. They get wrapped up in it, you know. But I thought that was outstanding. He is Rangers now.
Can I ask you, Ronnie?
Can I ask you something, guys? Sorry to interrupt.
Robert, hold on a wee minute, mate. You're going to get a few boys. A few callers are waiting as well. Can I ask Ronnie and Ozzy Bear for their final thoughts, please? On you go, Ronnie.
Sorry, Butch, what was that?
Can I ask you for your final thoughts, mate? We've got callers waiting to come in, mate.
My final thoughts are, once again, I thought Lundstrom carried us through. You know, I don't. Tavernier was good today, but he wasn't good. But he was good, but it wasn't outstanding. But I thought Lundstrom was captain material. You know, I would if I'm Gio next year, I'm looking at Lundstrom as a serious captain candidate. You know, because that man on when he's fit is definitely our team carrier, you know. And I think if you ask 99% of the Rangers supporters now, they would say the same. That man breathes Rangers now, you know.
Superb. Right, Ronnie, thanks very much for your call, mate. All right.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for accepting my call. Speak to you later, lads. Enjoy listening to you, okay?
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Ozzy, how we doing, mate? Final thoughts, mate, please.
Well, I could sing again if you want. But a top result. To play 2 games of 120 minutes plus injury time and to come away with 2 great wins. What more can you ask for? And I'm going to bed a very happy bed. So good night, folks.
Right, mate. You take care, all right?
John Lundstrom's on the ball. John Lundstrom's on the ball. He floats inside. Hey.
Superb, mate. Superb.
Night,
thanks very much. All right.
Enjoy your night, mate.
Cheers.
He seems to have, a divided opinion, didn't he, Gary? John Lundstrom, but slowly but surely. I don't remember the first when he had that wee spell when he got 4 or 5 man a match in a row, and then after the Boiler game he was back out the squad. But he seems to have kicked on again, isn't he? He's kicked on and really got the fans on his side, and of course the most important guy, the manager, mate. He looks like a first pick now, mate.
100%. Like I says, I honestly don't think you play in the Premier League, mate, if you're not a decent player. And I think he's just needed time to settle into the position, because I don't think we really knew where to play him. I think even Stevie G didn't know really where to kind of put him in the team and stuff like that. And I think now he's fun his time. He's fun how to play our game as well. I think that's maybe a big thing that's helped to him. But like I say, there's nothing wrong with him getting touted as captain material.
No, definitely not. It shows you how well he's playing that the fans think him that way, mate. I think we've been joined by Oslo and Jimmy Paisley. Is Stevie there? Or is Jimmy Paisley there? No. Juicy, your thoughts on John Lundstrom, mate? Is he slowly but surely becoming a manager's first team pick and could be a big, player for next season?
Absolutely, guys. Everything you were just saying about him in the Premiership, how good was he when he was in the Prem with Sheffield United? I had him in my fantasy football team all the time. He was so damn good for him. But as we've seen with Duffy last season, not every player can always translate that into the physical league of the SPFL. But he has managed to do that. And I know he's been in and out of the team, but we've had management changes and stuff, and it's not been the most straightforward season, for our players, has it? When you've got changes like that at the club. But now he's just been unbelievable. And also, when he came off today, I can't remember, did Davis come on for him? I can't remember who Davis came on for, but I thought Davis as well absolutely walked it when he came on. So the quality that we've got in the middle, Kamara doesn't always start now, but when Kamara comes on, the guy turns up. I'm really pleased with how the midfield performed today. And, it takes the pressure off the defence, keeping the ball, recycling the ball. We did that so well today. I mean, it was a difficult game. The chances weren't easy. But we just kept circulating that ball, kept it in play, kept it off them, kept it down their end of the pitch, limited their chances. It's everything that you could want, isn't it? And we get a whole now, guys, a whole week off before they have to play again. It's like a luxury.
Hey, Robert?
Oh, listen, Port, I'll be honest. John Lundstrom, outstanding. And I don't want to pick out players, right? I don't want to pick out players on this fine day for our football club in our 150th year. Our 150th year. But Lundstrom was outstanding. Big Bassy, I thought was up and down, but came on to a brilliant game. Big corner goals, and I thought was immense. But I'm going to, and I know he's my favourite, right? And I'm biased with my blue tinted specs. But I'm going to pick out James Henry Cavalier. See that boy? See us Rangers fans, we are so fickle. And I've never criticised him, but see us Rangers fans, we are so fickle with that guy. See, stats are imagine having 6 goals and being the top goal scorer in Europa League, and Rangers fans still want to criticise him. James Tavernier, what? Guys, no one will realise how good he is when he leaves the club. What a captain and what a player. And I don't think he had a 9 out of 10 game a day, maybe a 7 out of 10. But you know what? See that boy leads us so well, and his stats are unbelievable. And I'll put a wee thing out here to all Rangers fans tonight. Rangers fans, see if you're listening, going to get after our captain's back and going to support him, because what a captain he is.
I'm just going to bring Billy in. How you doing, Billy? Nope. Is Billy not in yet?
You get Jim on the phone or Jim Bailey.
Right, Jim. When you go, give me your thoughts, pal.
Yeah. Can I say something to you guys? I don't believe this list. I didn't mind it. We made a crap team We played a crap team today. We made them look decent. We made them. They're garbage. They're absolute garbage. If we're all honest about this, say again.
You should have been 3-0 up before the first. End of the first half.
Listen, I think we stepped off him and watched him, and I mean, it was frustrating for about 50 minutes for me today. Let them come at us, and it was really frustrating. They're not a good team.
No.
Okay, so some of the guys are on the phone earlier on and during the week and the last couple of weeks saying we may have gave up the league. Well, okay, we've gave them the league. But we're not giving the Scottish Cups. Aye, so they're in the Scottish Cup now. Get up them while you're young, and we'll go to the Scottish Cup final. We'll go to the Scottish Cup final now, right? And we've got a good chance of going to Europa League Cup final too if we play our best. If we play our best. But see the day we all watched it obviously, right? They are crap.
Aye, they're overrated. Especially all these Japanese ones and whatnot. You hear them, but well, I couldn't say what I wanted to say. But I was on the radio a few weeks ago, and I still believe that we can pull the league back. I still believe that they'll crumble. I still believe that we can win the Scottish Cup and we can also win Europe. And that's my mentality on the subject here. We've got to have the best faith in our team. The Rangers, they've proved it today after 2 games, extra time, and we've been brilliant.
But I know you're saying they're not the best team in Scotland, that's for sure.
No.
Watching their performance today.
The only thing that angers me is...
One at a time, guys, one at a time.
Oh, sorry. The only thing that bothers me is, see if they were winning today, would they have played 5 minutes injury time at the end of the extra time? Would they have?
No chance.
It would have been a minute. Because it would have...
Yeah, it was disgrace. You're right.
Do you see who see it in regards to today's result? Could this be a shot? Could this be a shot in the arm, Juicy, to Celtic's title push?
Defo.
Hold on, Billy. Let Juicy talk.
Right, sorry.
You're totally correct. It's momentum so important, and we desperately want us to win everything. Of course we do. I mean, look, I'd be over the moon if we won the Europa League. I mean, the league is always going to be there. The cups will always be there every season until we die. Europe doesn't come around, too often in terms of getting deep. So I would be over the moon if we won that. But I want everything. So as long as we're playing the games and we can put the pressure on with wins, who knows what will happen? We've seen sides collapse before, guys. So it can still be on. We still got to plan one time. I know that it's not totally in our hands, but all we can do is put the performances in. And if the last 2 games have shown anything, my God, this team has got some guts and character. I mean, it's just amazing results. And I know Thursday went to extra time. That was, of course, because we conceded a goal late, and obviously we'd conceded a goal in Braga. But if you look at how we played in that match, we were outstanding in that match. Braga did very little against us. And today, we played a very, very resilient performance as well. Didn't create as many chances, but we were still very tough. We take those performances into the next games. People aren't going to be able to live with us. We've just got to keep the fitness there and get the players wrapped up in cotton wool when they're not playing. It's the only thing I'm worried about.
I agree. Yeah, I think medical department's got a big part to play, I think, over the next few weeks in regards to, fixtures coming up, the fixtures pile up, etc. Just to let everybody know, the ladies are 4-up against Hibs, so well done to the ladies so far. Superb. Good result for them. GB, is this can this be a shot in the arm to stop Celtic on their way to the supposed title?
I'm going to cut here. Guys, I'm going to cut here just because we are still to take it.
All right, mate, no worries.
I thought the manager got his subs absolutely spot on today.
I totally agree, Jim. I totally agree, mate.
Because I'm going to cut it, guys. That's dogs about taking it.
Right,
It's our speeches of the week.
Well, take care, mate.
Thanks very much. I'm just a happy bear today.
All right, Billy. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Billy.
All the best to you, Joe.
Right, mate. Cheers.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye now.
Bye, mate. Take care. Aye, guys. What do you think?
Aye, mate. I mean, obviously, that's their treble up there, isn't it? Their supposed treble up there. So it's back to them now, isn't it? All the negativity's got to be at their door tomorrow morning on the papers, and the results got to be plastered away everything tonight. So let's see how their team responds to a sucker punch, I would say, the Dave Port. I think so. Yeah, going the distance there, that would have. I don't think they would have seen us coming back for a year, to be honest. So I think our winning goal would have broke a couple of hearts tonight, mate.
Good. We're going to hear from our man of the match, John Lundstrom. Just put yourselves on mute, troops.
John, congratulations. You're into the Scottish Cup final. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels unbelievable, to be fair. It's been a long time coming for the club. Fell short on a few occasions, but no, we've done ourselves proud today to go 1-0 down and come back. I think shows real character.
That's the thing. Psychologically, how big an effort was that, and how much credit do you as players deserve for that?
No, a huge credit, especially with the night we had on Thursday. I don't think you understand how tough it is to do 120 minutes back to back like that. It's some goal from the lads, and no, I think some of the lads out there today deserve huge credit. Ryan Kent, I thought, was unbelievable. The work rate came out, everyone just unbelievable.
Right now, how tired are you?
Yeah, I'm so tired, but listen, it's all worth it in the end, isn't it? It's just to see the fans like that and to celebrate with them. But now we've got to go one step further now.
And what about the atmosphere out there? It's the first time you've played in this fixture where it's been divided fans. It really is quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's madness really, but you can see out there what it means to them and what it means to us. Me personally, I'm just absolutely ecstatic to be in a cup final, and this is what I've come here for, to win trophies with this great club. So I'm absolutely over the moon.
When you went in at half time, were the players a bit frustrated that they hadn't been able to get that goal to take the lead?
A little bit, yeah. We all thought we were doing really well. It was just do more of the same. But obviously, as you get into the 60th, 70th minute, it's tough to keep going and to keep getting close to players. Like you want to get close to players when you've done 120 minutes 2 days before. So, as I said there, just a massive effort from everyone.
And how much were the players, how much did they want, not to prove a point, but given the last two results against Celtic as well, was that in the players' minds to put that right? Add into that the semi-final as well in the League Cup the last time you were here at Hampden.
No, definitely. It's no shying away from the fact that, the last two games we've not got the results we wanted. All right, one performance is better than the other, but still not good enough to lose 2 games in a bounce to Celtic. So, to come here and put it right today was a good feeling.
Oh, you are the man of the match. Congratulations. Here's your award. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Aye, he's very honest, isn't he? Very honest. Want to praise all his teammates before he's even praising himself. One thing I'll say, guys, in regards to John Lundstrom, you remember this, guys, but when he played with Sheffield United, he was like an attack-minded midfielder. Now, to come to a club in a different country, up to Scotland, to play a different league, where it's totally different from the Premier League because you got all the time about, etc. And then Steven Gerrard started to reshape him as a midfielder, and a holding midfielder at that. And then even under Gio, it's developed a wee bit further into a midfielder that drops into the back three at times, so really defensive-minded. For me, John Lundstrom has been frustrating to watch at times, but his development under Steven Gerrard. How are we doing, mate?
All right, how are you?
Very well, mate, very well. What's your name?
My name's Trevor. I'm from Belfast.
How you doing, Trevor? What did you think of the result today, mate?
I'm spot on, mate. No, I mean, what a result today. What a result. I mean, if you look at what we've done during the week, it's just, you think of, all right, they're 6 points ahead, Celtic, but the league's not over. I said to my wee girl there at the start of the month, I says it's a big month for us.
Yeah, you go, mate.
And I said at the start of the month, I says it's a big month for us.
Oh, 100%, GB.
It's not. It's like I say, it's not over. We beat Celtic at Celtic Park. It's only 3 points.
I totally agree. Yeah, GB, on you go.
Still here, Port.
Yep.
I know, mate. I know. Yep.
But no, it's like everybody has come up and turned around and said themselves. Everybody's fearing like Leipzig. Leipzig are just like another Dortmund team. Do you know what I mean? We can go to we went to Dortmund and turned them over in their own place. Leipzig are the same sort of team. Do you know what I mean? So we can't fear them. And the only team you probably really fear in that competition is probably West Ham. West Ham are a very good team. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really happy for Rangers going forward that we're in a good spot. You have to understand that Van Bronckhorst's come in halfway through the season. It's not his team, but he can build on the players that he's got that's there from Gerrard, and he can move forward basically. So we're in a good spot. If Celtic win the league, that's okay. No, I mean I'm not going to cry about it. But I can look at it going forward that we're in a good spot.
Trevor, can you turn the show off in the background, mate, please?
Oh, sorry.
We're getting feedback, mate. Yep.
That's it. So right. That's it.
Robert. On you go, Robert.
But no, I appreciate obviously being on the radio station and listening to it all the time. And thanks very much for having me on.
All right, no problem, Trevor. Thanks very much. All right.
All right. Cheers. All the best.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Take care.
What?
Robert.
Listen, mate, can I just say one thing? And back to John Lundstrom, because let's be honest, most Rangers fans doubted him, right? When he first came in, they get sent off that game in Europe, etc. And I've got to give credit to my old pal Alex Kelly, because he's always stuck by him. I know my good pal Andy Felice isn't quite convinced about him. But you know that? See that guy? See that big boy John Lundstrom? That's a Rangers player, mate. You know, see him walking in the park Thursday night and singing the songs. And he wasn't just doing that to appease the fans. He was doing that because he's now one of ours. And I love that. And see that big boy today, the first two tackles he won. And see that was an Ian Ferguson or Ryan Jack or David Robertson, whoever. John Brown had won the first tackles. We both shout to the heavens. But he done it. Do you know what? Just fantastic. I can't say one thing to the Rangers fans. Listen, that's 2 games, 120 minutes, and the Rangers have come out and talked. And it's frustrating when you think about it, Port. It's frustrating and Gary when you think about how we've let it slip and domestically. But in Europe and the day, that's the Rangers we want to watch. That's the Rangers. See the Rangers player. See if you go out there and you give your all, we can accept it. One, lose or draw. We don't want to draw and we don't want to lose. We want to win. And that's a Rangers fan. But see the day, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm going to celebrate the night. I'm going to celebrate that I've never celebrated for years and years. Because that's the day. See, Port, can I tell you something? Yeah, I've actually got tears running down my eyes. Because you know what, mate? Seeing Glasgow Rangers in my life, and I'm going to hang up because I've been tears running down my eyes. Because you know what, Port? I love the Glasgow Rangers. They're the finest, they're the most successful, and they're the best team in the world. And I don't want to swear, but I love the Glasgow Rangers, mate. And good night. Good night, guys.
Well said. You take care now, all right?
Night, Robert.
God, the emotion plays through. Yeah. Over to you, Juicy. Final thoughts on tonight?
I can't follow that. I can't follow that. I'll just say, well, just give them a good rest now. Give them a couple of days off, rest up, and enjoy a few days rest, guys, because they never have they deserved it more. And we'll do it all again in a week, gentlemen.
Yeah. GB, over to you, mate.
Port, thanks very much for having me on with you today, mate. I'm so glad that we're on with another win, mate, especially an Old Firm win as well. Congratulations to our manager, and their team for digging out that win today. What a character performance.
It's been a massive week. Being a Rangers fan, mate, you're bang on. Definitely a massive week. It's been a successful week. And finally, we've put a shot in their arm, I think, to once again have them look over their shoulder. Can I thank yourself, mate? Too many calls to mention. Every one of the calls that's phoned in today. Special mention to Robert and Juicy. Robert's obviously passion came through there in the end. Get a wee bit upset because he's love for the Rangers. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks to all the listeners on Facebook, YouTube, and every other platform that listen to us. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue. And well done to Glasgow Rangers. Final, semi-finalists of the European Cup and finalists of the Scottish Cup. Onwards and upwards, and we are the people.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard. We've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Successful team in football, with Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us